Very good afternoon. After hearing the very exciting journey for Royal Enfield and the plans, I'll tell you something about VCV. Of course, you know VCV, Volvo Eicher, and as Siddharth said, 5 years back, of course, there were a lot of discussions on VCV, but you never know that in future VCV still has the similar potential. So that's what I wanted to reassure you. But let's move forward. Since I have less time, I will straightway come on to the presentation. Do I have the? So I'll quickly cover on the business environment and our overview and strategies and outlook. As far as the business environment is concerned, I think most of you are aware, so I will not spend much time. GDP growth, it's already growing now. It's 7.3%, 14-15, and expectation is around 8% in 15-16 and 16-17. And our size, GDP size, of course, $2 trillion US. It's already very respectable size. And it's the fastest growing major economy in the world now, India. And with huge investments which are going to happen in infrastructure, the potential for CV industry in any case is extremely good. And of course, there are huge programs which are lined up, which of course, if the government does a good job, so these programs can mean a lot for the CV industry. For example, the smart city programs or dedicated freight corridors, the 24/7 power availability. So these are the big boosters for the CV industry. And of course, the coal production, which is already getting tremendous focus in the country. Currently, the coal production is around 600 million tons per annum, and the plan is that this production can go up to 1.5 billion tons by 2020 if the things pan out very well. And 1 billion tons will come from Coal India itself, and additional 500 million tons can come from private blocks, which already some have been auctioned and some more are under auctioning process. So 1.5 billion ton, if that happens, you can very well understand the type of potential that is available for trucks, mining trucks, and as well as haulage trucks for moving the coal. And road sector, if you look at the last time the allocation in the fiscal budget of the Government of India, more than 100,000 crores were lined up in 15-16 budget, and the plan is to make 30 kilometers per day. The intentions are very clear, but we have not yet seen the real impact at the ground level. So we have to see still a lot of things have to happen. But at the same time, if you look at the intention of the government, I think they are very serious. They have already, trying to move the things. Some of the stalled projects which were held up because of various reasons, they have been cleared, in fact, around 2 weeks back. And they have also agreed, government has agreed to compensate the contractors, for the delays. For example, they have extended the toll period if it was because of the land acquisition related problems. And they have also given more delegation for clearance of the projects. So hopefully with this, I think we should see more and more action coming in the infrastructure. And if you look at the CV industry figures, infrastructure is the only sector which is holding up the construction trucks growth. All other trucks are growing very well. Haulage trucks are growing by more than 50% in heavy duty segment. But the construction trucks are still growing by only 5%. So if these infrastructure projects start moving, we will see huge growth coming from the construction trucks as well. And if you look at the automotive mission plan, of course there is huge potential which is going to unleash in next 10 years. This is the mission plan which was unveiled during the last SIAM annual conference. And as per this, by 2026, Indian automotive industry will be amongst the top 3 in the world. And it will account for 12% of the GDP. Currently, it is accounting for around 7% of the GDP, and it will create 65 million more jobs. So that's the type of potential, and the current size of this industry is around 75 billion US dollars. It will go up 300 billion US dollars. So that's the potential which the SIAM is talking of. And there is tremendous focus on safety, pollution control, enhancing mobility, job creation, exports. And these are all the things which are going to bring in huge boost for the CV industry. So potential for exports also is very high in the CV industry. So all these things basically, if you look at the macro factors, they are pointing out that there is huge potential for the commercial vehicle industry in India. Coming to VCV, these are some of the milestone pictures, like we had the joint venture in 2008. After 2008, we have done tremendous work along with Volvo, and there have been, every year there have been some projects or some inaugurations or some new plant. Like if you look at 2009, we had the inauguration of new gear component plant at Devas. Then 2010, we launched V series of products in heavy duty segment. And then again 2010, we launched Volvo trucks, the most powerful Volvo truck on Indian roads. Then we inaugurated Reliability Lab. In 2011, we inaugurated CED paint shop in Pithampur. 2012, we set up the parts distribution center, world-class parts distribution center in Pithampur. Then 2013, we inaugurated the powertrain plant, Euro 6 compliant engine plant, where we are already supplying engines to Volvo Group. 2013, we unveiled the Pro series of products. Then in 2013, we started the new bus body plant near Pithampur, Bagar. And 2013, we again started the BIW line for the cabin belting in Pithampur. 2013, we inaugurated the second components plant. 2014, we launched the new Volvo trucks, new range of latest technology Volvo trucks from Sweden. Then we set up the VCV Academy for Competence Development, VCV Aisha Retail Excellence Center. Then 2015, we inaugurated the Customer Experience Center in Pithampur for brand building. So if you look at, huge things have happened. You know, we have revamped, modernized, improved our infrastructure. We have adopted a lot of processes and systems from the Volvo Group. We have adopted a lot of their technology into our products. So basically, we are at the takeoff stage. In last 7.5 years, the work which we have done, I think execution has been absolutely seamless. Now what we have to do is, we have to get the real benefit of all these projects from the market. Then of course in VCV, we have a very, very strong corporate governance structure. We have in the board of directors 2 members from Eicher Motors and 2 members from Volvo Group, and then there are 2 independent directors. Huge synergy between the board of directors, between both the partners, and all decisions are on consensus. Absolutely seamless, working amongst the board members, and there is strong professional management. And there are, apart from this board of directors and the management, there are various other, synergy for us, where we have various participation from Volvo Group and from VCV teams, like the various, product committees or various quality management or product introduction, or all these areas. We have tremendous synergy with Volvo Group through these forums. And this is, of course, the board of directors. Siddharth and Rahul, they represent Eicher Motors, and Christoph and Philip represent Volvo, and then of course we have Leela Poonawala and Prateek Ilan, independent directors. This is the management team. Of course, we have very, very strong management team, functional heads as well as business area heads, then the corporate heads. So very strong management team. Each person is with us for long, in fact. And we have quality management office, which is headed by a very senior person from Judy Trucks. And then of course, it's not that now somebody is nominee from Volvo or Eicher. They are basically all professionals. So there is no such thing that we have so many people from Volvo or so many people from Eicher. Basically, this team represents the best in their profession. And our strategic direction continues to be we want to become the industry leader driving modernization in commercial transportation in India as well as the developing world. And our aspirational target continues to be more than 100,000 units, with more than 10% coming from exports during next 3 to 4 years. And for engines also, medium duty engine plant that we have set up for Volvo Group. There again, the target is more than 100,000 units in next 3 to 4 years. And we will have comprehensive network with complete geographical coverage in India as well as in export markets. And if you see our progression in 2008, when we started the joint venture, we were at 25,000 units per annum. which we increased in 2011 to 49,000. So in 3 years, we doubled our top line. And of course, then there were 3 years of recession, 12, 13, and 14. And in fact, 12 and 13, we were outperforming the market when the market was dropping much more. In fact, in 2012, we almost held on to it. And 2013, there was a drop of 15%, whereas the market dropped by 25%. Of course, in 2014, there has been, the growth started in heavy-duty trucks, where, of course, heavy-duty trucks, we are still not growing as much as we would have wanted or as much as we would have required. So that is why there is some, you can say the lower growth for us in 2014. And this year again, we are on the growth path. We have grown by 13% in YTD October. And going forward, I think we are poised for a very, very good growth. This is what our infrastructure is. We are largely in Madhya Pradesh. We have 7 manufacturing locations in Madhya Pradesh. And we have one plant in Thane, Maharashtra. Then Volvo Trucks is headquartered in Bangalore. And our VCB headquarters is in Gurgaon. And basically, these are the strong drivers for CV industry. As I mentioned, infrastructure projects, that is the most important driver for the CV industry growth. Then economy, of course, the rural markets, key reforms like GST and land acquisition reform bills or other reforms which the government is trying to go through. Strict implementation of ban on overloading, which already is happening in some states, but it is going to happen more and more, which is again that will drive the CV industry. Then smart cities, more than 100 smart cities are planned and work is already starting in some of the cities. So this is again going to lead to tremendous increase in demand, not only for trucks, but for buses, for the public transportation within these cities. And then National Green Tribunal ban on diesel vehicles for more than 10 years in Delhi, that has again generated a lot of demand. And this is going to happen in more and more metro cities. Then end of life of vehicles, cash for clunkers scheme, government is talking a lot on this, and this is likely to happen. It's still not known that when it will happen, but government is very serious that we have to, come out with a policy that the vehicles should be scrapped after a particular period of time. So if that happens, that will again bring a big boost for the CV industry. And labor reforms and improving ease of doing business will also bring in more investments into the country, and that of course will again create more demand for the CV based on the economic growth. I'll give you some update on the CV industry. If you look at the first graph is on the heavy duty trucks. In 2011, we were close to 240,000 trucks, which was the peak. Then it was dropped to, in 2013, it dropped to 130,000. So that was the lowest numbers after 2009 of 124,000. Basically, 2013, we went back to 2009. But the growth started in 2014 in the second half, and we had an overall growth of 17% in 2014. But if you look at now, current year, YTD October, we are already at 174,000, which is more than last full year. So based on this pace, it is likely that 2015, we will be at around 210,000. And based on this, it is most likely that next year, 2016, we should touch the new peak. So 2016, it is likely to grow beyond 2011 level of 240,000. Even though currently most of this demand is replacement-led, but there is also new demand is also there. But at the same time, infrastructure-led demand is still not there. Once that comes, we will see this new peak coming in 2016. The other reason for growth is after 3 years of recession, since CV is a cyclical industry, we will always see growth. So after this recession period of 3 years, the growth has to come as a cyclical turn itself. On top of it, with the better and better focus from the government or more focus on infrastructure projects, and the economy also is likely to do well, interest rates coming down, inflation under control. So all these factors will lead to more growth coming in the coming period. As far as the LMD trucks are concerned, 5 to 15 ton, if you look at 2011 was 102,000, which was the peak. It continued to drop even in 12, 13 and 14. And this year also it was dropping 3 months back, till last 3 months only the growth has started in the light and medium duty, and now it is a growth of 8.4%. So still I think it is following the growth path in the HD industry. Still there is a lag which earlier used to be 6 to 9 months. This time the lag is more than 6 to 9 months. Maybe it is more than 1 year. So, but at the same time, if the HD is growing, this industry also will grow. And this time the lag is more because of the rural economy, because in the rural side there were some negative sentiments in the initially. Hopefully those things are becoming positive now. And last 3 months the growth is more than 20% in light and medium duty also. So with that, I would say if 2016 will be the new peak in HD, 2017 should be the, touching the earlier peak in light and medium duty. As far as buses are concerned, if you look at again, there the peak was 71,000 in 2012, or 2010 also was 71,000, and last year it was 55,000. This year it is growing by 21%. YTD October it is growing by 21%. So here again, 2016 should be the new peak. Like this year it should be around maybe 63, 64,000, and next year it should touch 71,000. This is again because of the reason that the segments like schools or staffing, they are continuing to grow. In fact, much, they are having huge growths. School segment, because schools, in any case, the children, everyone is now preferring to move the children through buses only. They are discontinuing all the older unsafe methods of transporting children, and staffing with more and more IT or BPO centers coming up. And then there is a lot of organized movement of staff also. So a lot more demand is coming from schooling and staffing segment. At the same time, more smart cities, if they become more and more operational, you will see huge demand coming in the buses. In fact, buses is the bigger potential area of growth, I would say. And in exports again, last year was a very big growth, 51%. Again, it was already peak of earlier 2011 was 40,000. Last year itself it was 41,000. So this year growth is around 8% in exports. So exports continues to do well. In fact, it's all-time high, you can say. As far as our performance is concerned, if you look at last year, we ended the year with 5,800 crores of turnover, and we had 12% growth last year in the top line. And this year, first 9 months, we had a growth of 24%. So we are continuing to grow very well, and this growth is coming, one of course the mining trucks, Volvo trucks, we are having very good growth. In light and medium duty in buses, we are having very good growth. In heavy duty trucks also, even though market share is not growing, but we are having a top line growth of 33% in number terms in heavy duty trucks. Then in components area, we are having very good growth. In engine exports, which we have set up the engine plant for Volvo Group, there we are having very good growth. And if you look at the EBITDA levels, we were at peak in 2011 at 12%, and last year we were at 7.2%. But the good thing was that 12, 13, 14, when entire CV industry was incurring losses, if you have seen the figures of everyone, entire competition, we have continued to remain reasonably profitable, and we were having 7% margin in 2014. And this year, if you look at the margin is already growing, and YTD September 15, we have 7.9% EBITDA margin as against 6.9% last year. So these margins will continue to, I would say, go up as we grow more numbers, because we will have the more leveraging impact. At the same time, like the light and medium duty and buses, which are of course our established products, there the margins are very good. Heavy duty trucks, as we grow numbers more and more, we will improve our margins. CapEx, the good thing is that in 12, 13, 14, when the industry was in recession, we have continued to invest. If you look at in 2011, our cumulative CapEx was 679 crores after the joint venture. And 12, 13, 14, from 679, it went up to 2362. So during this recession period, we invested 1700 crores. So during this recession period, we used that period to our advantage. We completed the entire development program. We make our infrastructure ready. And another good thing that entire capex, almost entire capex has been incurred from cash generations. So financially, the balance sheet remains very, very strong. We continue to remain debt-free even after investing 2,600 crores, and we have been consistently paying dividend. 440 crore dividend has been distributed during this joint venture period. And of course, the capex program largely are over now, but this expenditure will continue for new product development. We won't see much expenditure for expanding the infrastructure, but capital expenditure will be there for further new products. This is what on our market share, light and medium duty, as we have seen, from 26.7% in 2009, we have been consistently improving the market share. We are now at 33%, and buses, again from 5.7%, we have gone up to 15.2%. So you can imagine if with all the smart cities and other things, if the bus market, it has the potential to go even much, much higher than earlier peak of 71,000. And with our strong position, which is becoming stronger and stronger, so we have good potential in the buses. In heavy duty trucks, if you look at, we have made good progress from 1.9% in 2009. We were 4.9% in 2013. Of course, 14 and 15, we are almost, you can say, at 4.2, 4.1%. So this is the question which most of you would be interested in knowing, that why we have not grown in HT market share. I think the one big reason is the disruptive pricing, which has been followed by the competition by two strong duopoly players. And since our reach in our heavy duty trucks, market penetration is still not that strong. Because of that, if we are there in some big deals, those are the deals where the disruptive pricing happens. So this is the impact of that. That is one thing. The second is the new Pro series of products. I will show you some testimonials after this slide. In those Pro series products, the customers are extremely happy. They are getting good fuel efficiency, much better fuel efficiency, better turnaround time. But at the same time, conversions are still not that easy, because customers are still not willing to pay the premium upfront. Even though we are doing a lot of value selling, but I think it is going to take time, because customers are used to having a lot of huge discounts. The discounts have gone up to 25%, 30%. So that's the type of discounting that is happening in some of these bulk cases. So that is the reason. But at the same time, the strategy that we are following in the heavy duty trucks, the value selling approach or the processes that we have adopted, I think we are extremely confident that heavy duty trucks, we will be there, but it's a question of having patience, and we will definitely make good progress in heavy duty market share. Exports, again, we made very good progress last year. If you look at, we reached 5,824 last year. We were at 2,600 in 2009, so we have again more than doubled during this joint venture period. And this year, last year, the lot of exports came from Bangladesh, since Bangladesh market was down this year, so that's why you see some drop in our case. But we are hopeful of covering up this in next 2-3 months. And we are now present in 25 countries in South Asia, Middle East, and Africa, and we have very good distribution network. And our overseas population is also very strong. And we have now the new product line that we have developed, Pro Series. Based on this, we are developing country-specific products that will help us to penetrate more and more in the newer markets. So this is our new lineup, Pro 1000 series and Pro 3000 series, where we are offering best-in-class vehicle lifetime profitability, known as Mileage Ka Badshah. Our products are known as Mileage Ka Badshah. And of course, the cabin is world-class and very spacious, very comfortable. Best-in-class driving comfort and superior ride, CED painted cabin with more than 1,000 hours salt spray life. Rugged aggregates, highly reliability and high uptime, and optimized maintenance costs. So these are the features which help us to continue to improve our market share. Heavy-duty trucks. Here we have adopted the Volvo Group technology, lot of Volvo Group technology. Euro 6 compliant engines has been adopted for Euro 3, Euro 4. So it's the same engine, base engine, which we are exporting to Volvo Group for their medium duty trucks in Europe. The same engine has been adopted for Euro 3, Euro 4 and is being fitted into these trucks. And it is again having the very, very advanced engine management system which ensures high performance, and it ensures engine protection system which gives the, upfront warning signals in case there is anything wrong with the engine. And advanced onboard diagnostics, which is of course based on this engine protection system. And cabin is again next generation cabin to provide relaxed jet efficient workspace for the driver. And it has cruise control providing fatigue-free driving experience. And it is again fitted with very, very advanced telematics, where the customers can know sitting in their offices that how their trucks are performing. Volvo trucks, again we continue to have the widest of the range. Now we have, in the last XCon, we have introduced 10x4 dump trucks, which is the most powerful dump trucks, 520 horsepower with the capacity to carry 66-ton payload, and they are almost like dumpers, but at the cost of a truck. Then again fitted with a very advanced Dynafleet telematics, air-conditioned cabin. They are with intelligent I-shift, basically automated transmission, and of course the pullers have the gross combination weight of 200 tons. So we have the market share of more than 60% in Volvo trucks category in the high-end market. Again, this year we had a growth of 52% in Volvo trucks. Buses, I have already mentioned that we are becoming more and more strong. Here again we have introduced new buses based on the Volvo Group technology, again Skyline Pro buses, and here again we have adopted our own engine. That engine also we have upgraded. Our earlier engine, 483 engine, we have upgraded to 4-valve engine. Again, latest technology, 4-valve engine, and with more power and better aesthetics, and it is compliant with all the latest bus body code and safe school bus. And suspension-wise, it is much better suspension with better comfort. These are some of the testimonials of our heavy-duty trucks. Like if you see this, this will tell you how these products are doing. Like I will read some of them. My iShare Pro 6031 gives me 10% better fuel efficiency and runs 22,382 kilometers in a month. So 22,382 kilometers is huge. Normal truck runs around 8 to 10,000 kilometers. So if he runs 22,000 kilometers, this person with 2 drivers, it means he is having double productivity, more than double productivity. iShare Pro 6031 provides great pickup, 5 to 10% better fuel efficiency and excellent tire life. I can make more trips in the same budget. From 2 to 3 trips, I make 3 to 4 trips. I get about 13 to 15% more mileage than any other truck on the road. 2 extra trips every month and 10% better fuel efficiency. iShare has paid greater attention where it matters the most, that the driver is comfort. The after-sales service is good. There are value-added features and it helps the driver to drive up to 2,000 kilometers without fatigue. The fastest turnaround time, enhanced service intervals and superior fuel efficiency makes transporting an economical and efficient affair. So these are the type of testimonials and we are getting repeat buying, but at the same time, as I mentioned, still the conversions are not faster because we are selling it at a premium. We don't want to drop our prices. We don't want to do discounting in these trucks. That's why we are not in a hurry, but we want to establish the right price and we want to do it in the right manner. But as far as this product is concerned, they are doing extremely well. And I can tell you 10% better fuel efficiency means in a truck, more than 50% operating cost is fuel. So if someone is getting 10% better fuel efficiency, it means he is getting 5% better, he is saving 5% of his total cost. So if he is having a total cost of around say, around 500,000 rupees in a month, like all the diesel bill and operating costs, it means he is earning 25,000 more profit in a month itself. So that's the type of additional profit which a customer gets if he gets better 10% fuel efficiency. And if he gets better productivity, then to that extent the profit goes up more. Because instead of 8,000 kilometers, if he runs 10,000 kilometers or 12,000 kilometers, to that extent his profitability is straight higher. Again, these are again some more testimonials. So what I want to say is that the customers have really liked this new series, and that's the strength. That's where we are absolutely confident that this product is going to do well in the long run. We have to have patience. We will not be in a hurry to start discounting these trucks. And we have very, very strong network, both Eicher trucks and buses as well as Volvo trucks. You can see Eicher trucks and buses, 272 dealer network, and this we are expanding every year. Every year we are adding 30 to 40 dealers. If you recall, in 2008, 2009, we had 200 dealers, and now we are 272. Volvo Trucks on-site sports model is extremely powerful model, and Volvo Trucks is pioneers in various after-sales processes. That's why we are having more than 60% market share. We are ensuring 24/7 operations for our customers, so that they have the trouble-less operation, and they can do full 24 hours they are working in the mines. Again, aftermarket, we have adopted a lot of processes from Volvo Group, which ensures very high uptime for the customers, starting with our distribution center, which we have world-class distribution center in Pithampur. Then we have Eicher genuine parts shoppage, and we have innovative side sport models to delight customers, and our other processes like driver engagement or competence development, genuine service, parts availability, all these various things which matter for after sales. There is tremendous focus, and this is where we are going to create the differentiator. Product, of course, is there. Apart from the product, we have to ensure that the customers get the same experience that we are telling them at the time of sale. So we have to ensure that the customers are able to get the same performance and reliability from the truck as we are telling them at the time of sale. Because the relationship is not sale or purchase, the relationship for the lifetime of the product. And then, of course, we have set up the world-class manufacturing setup. As I mentioned, the infrastructure we have improved during this downturn period. We are absolutely capacity ready. Currently, we are at 66,000, but at a short notice, it can be increased to 100,000 trucks and buses. Again, cap belt shop with robotic welding, CED paint shop, highly flexible vehicle assembly lines, state-of-the-art bus plant, which we have set up new, and complex and critical sub-assemblies by robots, ensuring cabin without leakage and even fit and finish. Engineering base, we have very strong product development, and we spend around 2 to 2.5% of our turnover on product development. We have end-to-end product development capability, fully equipped engine development center, transmission and vehicle development center, and we have very, very advanced reliability lab, various test rigs, where we can do the entire vehicle development in-house at Pithampur itself. Part 10, again, this is the engine plant that we have set up for Volvo Group. We are the exclusive hub for supplying medium-duty engines for Volvo Group's automotive needs. So these engines, we are already supplying more than 1,500 per month to Volvo Group in Europe, where they are putting these engines in their Volvo trucks for their entire European needs. And we are expanding this for more and more applications. Like in future, we are going to get more applications for these engines for the Volvo Group, like for example, for their construction equipments or for Penta or for, for their other Asia needs or for their Japan needs. So this huge potential for the BE Part 10. The good thing is that we have been able to establish all the quality systems, and we have been able to supply them as per their expectations. Because this is Euro 6 engine, highly advanced engine, and it has to be performance-wise, reliability-wise, absolutely trouble-free. So this is what we have been able to ensure from Pithampur. And then we have again set up the non-automotive engine and aggregates also based on our legacy engine, based on our own Eicher engines. We have adopted them for various applications like gensets or harvester combines or construction equipment cranes, or for craft pullers like this we are going to supply to Indigo. The engines which we are supplying them, they are using them in these vehicles, special vehicles. So we are already selling around 2,500 to 3,000 engines under this non-automotive category. The potential here again is very large, and we are going to expand more and more in the non-automotive engines also. And components, we are continuing to expand. As you know, in the last 5 years, we have added 2 new plants in components. One more plant is under construction. Our turnover in components has gone up from 100 crores in 2009 to 400 crores this year. So that's the likely, growth. 4 times in last 7 years in the components business. And we are supplying now to our own captive needs, Eicher Trucks and Buses. Then Royal Enfield, we are almost 75% of their gear needs we are supplying from from Devas. And then of course we are also supplying to Volvo Group. We are supplying to other large OEMs in export markets like Caterpillar or John Deere. So the potential here again is very large, and we have, 3 plants in Devas, one in Thane, and then in SE at Pithampur. So there is good investment which we have made in these components business also. Then engineering solutions, again it's a small business where we are doing the surface modeling and CAD and CAE based prototype, CAE based designing, testing and prototyping. And we are also doing this work for other companies in US, and then we have delivery centers in Gurgaon and in China. So these are the 2 other business areas which we have in VCB. So that's it. I think this is the last slide. Or to summarize, basically we have a very strong business model and balance sheet, debt-free balance sheet, all infrastructure ready, very low operating capital, working capital is almost at negative net working capital, integrated manufacturing operations at Pithampur for trucks and buses, and very strong position in the light and medium duty trucks. And in HT we are following a very long-term approach to nurture Pro Series and shift the market to next generation in line with our vision to drive modernization. And of course, we will continue to get scale and volume from our upgraded existing V Plus range. Then with state-of-the-art latest technology products, there is a huge potential to grow in the export markets. We will continue to expand. Already we are at around 6,000 units per annum. And infrastructure processes systems are capable of taking on the future growth. And we are future ready with access to Volvo Group world-class group technology. And we have strong alignment between the partners and focused management team with one goal: modernize Indian commercial transportation industry and have profitable growth. So that's the summary I can say. Then I can take maybe 2-3 questions if you want, because I'll have to go in short time. I have a flight at 7:30.
Maybe we'll do a couple of quick questions on VCV while Vinod is still around, and then we can move to Eicher Polaris. All right. There's one up there in the front. Okay. Okay.
Thank you. This is Abhinay from Morgan Stanley. My question is on the LMD segment. We've seen the share of that segment go down, and some of the other markets we've seen that the segment at times is on a structural decline also. So when you look at India, do you think there's a risk that it's a structurally shrinking sector, or any trends that you see which point to the contrary, like the same customer is upgrading to higher segments, or that customer is not buying?
No, I think I won't say that it is a shrinking sector, because there is also movement taking place from heavy duty trucks to 15 ton, 14 ton, like our Pro 3015 or Pro 3013 that we have introduced. A lot of those customers are coming in from 16 ton segment. And at the same time, I think the growth potential here continues to be good, because as I mentioned, it always follows heavy duty trucks, and heavy duty trucks started growing in 2014. And if you look at even the drop also, if you look at the drop in the light and medium duty trucks, the drop started after heavy duty. Heavy duty trucks started dropping in 2012, and light and medium duty trucks started dropping mainly in 2013. So the drop also was later than heavy duty trucks, growth also will be later. But this time, the time lag has been more than 9 months. It is earlier used to be around 9 months. This time it is around 12 to 18 months. But then last 3 months it is growing by 20%. So I won't say it is a shrinking sector, because there are hub and spoke model is going to be very strong, and it is going to become more and more applicable once we have better infrastructure.
And to add to that, our understanding and analysis is that in India there's a tremendous amount of middle distance travel. So heavy duty is great for long distance, 1,000 kilometers plus, or even slightly less than that. But for one day, middle distance travel, south to south, west to west, north to north, 300, 400, 500 kilometers, perishable goods. There is no alternative but a good medium duty. So in fact, the segment, in our opinion, does have legs to grow even further. And our approach to that is to have products which are right on the cusp of medium and heavy duty. So if you see a Pro 3000 series, as Vinod was talking about, 3013, 3015, that product, a 15-ton 3000 series, which does basically medium distances. It's got a bigger cabin, it's got an extended cabin also, right?
Yeah.
And that product is taking a lot of the heavy duty because it's quicker, it's got better turnaround time, it's got better efficiency, and a 3015, for example, has 10-ton payload, which is actually maybe a dot higher
almost equal to 16.
A dot higher than some of the 16-ton trucks also, which are coming. So we're blurring the gaps in some sense, but we believe there's a lot of room for growth in medium duty because of the middle distances which happen in India a lot.
Thank you.
Sir, this is Kapil from Nomura. My question is, when I look at customer testimonials, they clearly show we have got a great product. But as you said, discounting is quite high, and because of that, market share has not moved. Somehow, despite industry growing last year at 20-25%, we've not seen discounting come off. So, in case the scenario on discounting doesn't change, what is the plan to gain market share?
No, discounting, it is not happening in 100% of the market, number one. It is the disruptive pricing. Discounting, basically, since, as I mentioned, we are still not very strong in our entire outreach. Our penetration is not still 100% to all the fleet operators. All these fleet operators, they are spread across the country, and they are having 1,000 trucks, 2,000 trucks in their fleet. And those are die-hard loyalists. Still, they don't allow easy entry because they have set up their workshops which are suitable for, running Tata trucks, or their drivers are used to running all those trucks. Now, we are also penetrating them, but we are present in some of the deals. Wherever we are present, there the lot of disruption happens. Suppose I am negotiating a deal for 100 trucks with a particular customer. All these existing incumbents, they are aware that I am discussing because their relationships with all those people are very strong. So that is where they create the disruption. Now, as I increase my penetration to more and more fleet operators, this disruption will come down because then it will hit them because they don't want to do that discounting. And I don't think they are doing discounting of 25-30% across the board. They are doing it only selectively. Suppose I am still present in heavy duty truck, I am present only in 25% of the deals. 75% of the deals I am still absent. And I am focusing now a lot on some locations, like we have identified 12 locations where we will focus initially. And out of those 12 locations, 3 locations our market share is already 10 to 15%. And other 9 locations, our market share is around 6 to 7%. So I am now going location by location, and we will first prove out in these 12 locations, and then we will attack the entire rest of the country. So that is the reason, we will not be very fast in getting to this market share aspiration, but at the same time, with this product strengths and with the right pricing, we don't want to do discounting in these products. The other thing is, till recently, we were not having in-house finance operations. We were all dependent on the external financiers. Now, Volvo Financial Services have entered the financing market recently. They have just 2 months back. So they are now exclusively going to finance iShare products. And they are basically entered the financing only for iShare and Volvo, and for no other external external manufacturers. So that is going to give us tremendous boost because that was the big handicap, and with the Volvo Financial Services also supporting us now, hopefully we should be take care of this handicap. So I think we are not in a hurry, I am saying, but we will do everything rightly.
Right. Sir, is there any cap on how much percentage of sales Volvo Financing can do?
No, they have just started. They have still started in few locations. So they will, over a period of time, they will expand their reach. But at the same time, we have our own parallel arrangements with all other financiers. But the thing is that like all the existing incumbents, they are able to do even highly leveraged customers, the customers whom no other bank or financial institution touches. So they are able to, like if they don't get financing for a customer, they are able to do it through their in-house finance company, because that is a same part of the same organization. So they are able to do that. That's the strategic advantage which they have got. But at the same time, I think we also have tie-ups with other financiers, and with this VFS, which will spread more and more. So in future, in the long run, we will be, getting that advantage.
Thank you. Hello, sir. Raghunandan here, Quant Capital. Couple of questions. One on Pro Series of trucks. What would be the share of these Pro Series truck in our sales? And initially, like the ramp up was yet to happen. Are they available on a pan-India basis now? And secondly, there was a thought process that on the export side, we could leverage global Volvo network. Any update on that, sir? Thank you.
As far as the Pro Series is concerned, in the light and medium duty, we have 100% moved on to Pro Series. Pro 1000, Pro 3000, there is no legacy product now, there is no earlier product. So Pro Series full movement has happened in light and medium duty trucks. And in heavy duty trucks, in Pro Series, we are now retailing more than 100 trucks every month. Out of our sale of around 600 to 700, 100 plus is the Pro Series sales. And as far as the leveraging of export network is concerned, still, as I mentioned, the specific the specific country-specific products are still being adopted and tested in these markets, because there are two large markets, South Africa and Indonesia, which are our initial priority markets. Indonesia market is almost 100,000 plus trucks, light and medium duty trucks. South Africa market is again 35,000 trucks. So these two markets we are first attacking, and right now our products are getting tested there, and as we go along in next in 1 or 2 years, we should be selling there.
Any last question for Vinod?
Yeah, so this is Jay Kale. Yeah, Jay Kale from Elara Capital. So my first question was regarding the industry point of view. Historically, we've seen that once the commercial vehicle industry bounces back, you do see discounts coming off, which has not been the case this time around. So how do you see the next 12 to 18 months? Are you seeing, because of the increasing competition, the discounting is here to stay and it would remain at these levels because of the competition? Or you see that the quality of the growth is yet to improve in the next 12 to 18 months and discounts could come down?
Discounting in any case is not sustainable at the current level of discounting. It will not sustain. As still the capacity utilization is not full. If earlier peak was 240,000 2011, we are still less than the earlier peak. And when the earlier peak was there, capacity was more than that. So still, till the time there is a scope in the capacity is idle, the discounting may continue. But at the same time, as I mentioned, that as we also penetrate more and more, we reach more and more fleet operators where they are selling. If we are able to be present in those deals, then they cannot do discounting 100%. Because then they cannot show the financial performance which they are currently showing. Because if they do discounting in all their deals, then it is not sustainable. So that's why discounting, it will not be there maybe in next 1 year or 1.5 years time. It will come down. But as of now, of course, it is very high and it is not sustainable.
Thank you very much, Vinod.
No, thank you very much.
Thanks a lot.